So just to give a quick intro, we have started TradeLocker. We always called TradeLocker a next-gen trading platform, but so far there have not been many next-gen features. So what we're going to show you today is the first larger next-gen feature, or we can even call it a separate product inside of TradeLocker. Maybe some of you have heard about it, maybe some of you have tested it, and we have been working on it for a long time. So you might be asking, why did it take so long to launch something like that, which you will see very soon? And it's because almost all the features that you can see on trading platforms in general already existed before in some way. There might be some details that are different from platform to platform, but what we want to show you today did not exist before. And it takes time to figure things out and do them the right way. And that's why since we started, we had a few dozen of developers and the members of this community who have been helping us to make a really easy to use, intuitive, useful feature, which we think will in some way change the industry. And you will see what it is soon. But I want to thank everybody who has been there with us and everybody on this call, especially the developers who have helped us make this product the best it could be. So you might already know what this is about. It's about TradeLocker Studio. We have been announcing this for a while. So you might ask, what is TradeLocker Studio? So if you have a bot and you own the code, or if you want to develop a new bot, but you don't know the code, you'll be able to do it in TradeLocker Studio. You'll be able to, either translate your existing bots and backtest them and use them on TradeLocker, or you'll be able to chat with AI and develop something that didn't exist before just by chatting with AI. So why is this cool? Because it will speed up the translation from any other language to Python. We use Python. You'll be able to translate it with AI. Just check after if everything's good, backtest and launch, or you can develop something from scratch. You can just chat to the AI, tell it what you need, and develop something from scratch. So before I leave the microphone with Ivo, everybody who wants to see a bot, a specific bot, write in the chat, what would you like to see? Do you want the bot to develop a profitable bot? Do you want the bot to make a bot that will make $1 million in a year? Do you want to make something more specific? Just write in the chat, what would you like to see? And while you're writing, I would just like to add a few things. Right now, so we started in November. We've been in alpha for a long, long time. And now with today, we mark beta phase. During alpha, we were improving the UI, we were improving the usability, we were improving the AI, and now we're launching this in beta. We will slowly release it to everybody on TradeLocker. It'll be available on desktop, and you'll be able to develop, backtest, and launch your own bot. All the bots currently in the marketplace, and that's also news that Ivo will show you. There will be a marketplace. For now, it'll all be free and open source. There are still ways to sell the bots that you develop, but for now everything is open source and free. And in the next couple of months, we'll have a full-blown marketplace where you can buy and sell bots, use them on TradeLocker, trade, and so on. So I leave it now to Ivo. He is the visionary behind this product from very first day.
Thank you. So welcome to Studio. Studio, as Luca has said, is a place for you to come and either build your own bot, get one from the marketplace, or just run something that you've already tested, backtested, and you're sure works well. Initially, there's a nice screen for you, when you come for the first time. I'll switch immediately to basically my predefined workspace, which I can immediately get to as soon as I say, let's say, create with AI. And we're most proud of the ability actually for someone to come and start converting their ideas into code just by talking to AI. And the whole point here is that similar to, basically you talking to a colleague and saying, hey, or your friend and saying, hey, please write a bot which will do X, Y, or Z. You can come and say here, hey, please help me write a trend reversal, let's say, bot. Start with a simple code, right? As soon as you hit enter, you will start seeing the code generated literally in front of your eyes. You can see it here. You can say view code, and you will see here actually that this code is not only generated literally as we speak, it's also compared to the current code that you have, which is amazing. As soon as you decide, as soon as you, for example, like something and you say, okay, I want to apply changes, I want to start using this, you can now, even as soon as you have an idea how to modify this, you can even tell the bot, hey, please change something, please, for example, add some risk management, please add additional exit or entry condition, etc., etc. But how do you even get an idea of whether this bot works or not? This is where TradeLocker really excels. We've been working quite basically hard to actually get that everything you need is right there. It's a single click of a button to say backtest. I want to backtest this. I'm going to give it 10K, for example, of USD margin at the moment. It's going to trade on 1 hour resolution for the last, about 2 weeks. And basically, let's run. Few seconds later, I can run multiple of these backtests at the same time, but a few seconds later, I already get to see what would have happened if this strategy was trading. You can see here, this strategy actually, did not really make me rich. I lost $800 on this 10K margin, so I lost 8%. You can see exactly when did it enter, when did it exit each trade, the closing trade, whether it was positive or negative. And obviously I need to do something with this bot. It's not actually doing what I would love it to do. You can see where did I enter trades, where did I exit trades, what were the buy and sells, and how did the indicators, very importantly, how did the indicators that I was using actually behave at that time. So this is the RSI that this strategy that I ran is relying to. And basically you can see exactly what was it doing, what were the values for the whole period. Even more importantly, you can actually evaluate. You can now tell the bot, hey, please revert the logic, for example. I don't even need to know exactly what the logic is. I wait a bit, I let it run and generate the code immediately. A few seconds later, I can actually see what are the changes. What exactly is it changing from the logic that it used to have? And I can run it again and I can see whether it's working, and I can play with this until I'm happy and until I'm sure that this is actually what I wanted to do. You can see that, this kind of diff comparison. You can see the old code, the new code. I say apply changes, I backtest, and now, a few seconds later, I'm a millionaire. Let's see. I'm hoping the AI doesn't fail me this time, as it did a few seconds
Ivo,
ago. Yes.
while you wait, in the beginning of this call, I asked the guys to write in the chat which bot they would like to see. There is one comment that got a bunch of likes.
Yep. Okay. So let's see what the AI would say for a prompt like this. Now I can either continue modifying the current bot that I have, or I can say, hey, this is a completely new idea. Let's start a new one, right? A new bot, and I say, hey, please, and you always need to say please. You never know when the overlords are coming, and AI is going to see, basically, be more merciful to
It remembers who didn't say please and who please.
So, nice AI, please help me write. I'm somewhat joking, but basically, obviously, you can also have typos somewhat, not completely. You can, you can still have typos. You can still basically, the AI will understand what you're asking it to. And now look at this. Now the AI is not clear, right? Please write something that can identify trend well. A lot of the strategies are like that. So what we've made it is that now AI actually is asking you, hey, would you like the first option or the second option? So what would the community say? What do we go for, the first one or the second one? Moving averages to identify the current trend direction, or a zigzag pattern? Should we go with the first one? Let's just be super simple and say...
First comment, one.
Is it in German? Would it be der Erste? You can even speak in German if you want to. And let's see what happens. Or is it die Erste? Sorry. Entschuldigung für alle Deutschen. Yeah. View code, apply changes, and let's see what happens now. Let's give it even more money. I'm absolutely positive that this one is going to work. And 3, 2, 1.
Guys, send us what you think. Anyone who would like to get access, send us your account IDs in the chat while we have this call, and after the call, our team will give you access to the studio.
So, for example, the code that was output here probably had some thresholds which were too high up. So some of the entry rules were too strict, and basically none of the trades were triggered. So I told it now, hey, please make it trade more aggressively. It did not make any trades. The new version, which I'll be able to now again compare and say, okay, I like your idea, let's try this one, will probably actually make more trades. We're still refining, and as Luca said, we're in beta. So do let us know if you have any issues, if you have actually code that you wanted to do something and didn't. See, this one was now more flexible and actually made the trade. It only made one trade, but it makes sense, right? We were backtesting on 1 hour resolution for the last 2 weeks. That's roughly what? How many hours? 250 hours or something altogether. So the bot isn't too aggressive in making a lot of trades. We could now, use different, for example, resolutions, different time frames, and actually we would have it trade more or less and basically do what we want you to do. Again, I'll repeat something that's really important to me personally, and that's do play with this, do find the ways in which it fails, because obviously, this is still a bit of undeterministic thing that the AI is doing. We really, really want your feedback on actually what kind of prompts were not successful for you. Send us to us, we'll improve and release the next version, which actually makes it better once it happens. And I'm not saying if, because I know it's, there are always going to be examples where, for example, you wanted to do something and it doesn't do it right away. Possibly you need to explain a bit more. Possibly we also need to tell it slightly better how to exactly work for you. But let's go beyond this, right? This is for those who are here to actually code stuff on your own. I showed you only the AI so far. What I didn't tell you is that all of this is actually Python. Python being the language that all of this now machine learning is written in, Python being the language that a lot of the services, a lot of the websites, a lot of people, especially the experts in machine learning, know about. We are excited to basically be able to provide you, to not have you learn some esoteric languages or languages from 20 years ago, and I'm not going to now name them, but basically have you build upon something that's actually well known and is arguably next to JavaScript, the most used language in the world. This is Python. You can easily go and extend it. For those of you who know how to code a bit more, you can say import, let's say, logging, and now basically do, stuff with logging, or import, I don't know, math, and now, compute random values, etc., etc. And if you want to, we're even allowing soon a safe mode or basically developer mode in which you can actually, do requests to other websites, fetch data from wherever you want, basically making the platform completely open in terms of being able to fetch data from anywhere, being able to integrate the existing data that we already provide you when you decide to backtest, or if you want to, being able to work with a supercomputer that for any reason you might have in your living room, or basically in whatever your friend's garage. We want to make it that this is by far the best place for you to come up with strategy, get a first draft using the AI, have the AI help you modify, build, and then comes the second part, publish. Marketplace is what we were waiting to basically build to move from the alpha stage, where it was only for developers, only for those who could code stuff on their own, to actually a beta stage, where we still are really eager to hear a ton of your feedback. But actually, you can now immediately go here. You can find some of the example bots that you coded. You can click a single button to say add bot, and essentially, the moment you do it, you already have a running example already in your library, which you can now study. You can understand how this strategy works, what it does, why it does what it does, why it doesn't do what you wanted it to do possibly, or what you would expect. And basically, again, give it a bit of, let's say, cache to test on on some interval and experience what it would do on a historic data. I'm going to switch now from backtesting to marketplace. Marketplace is not only for those of you who are actually here to get an existing example of a bot. As Luca emphasized, the marketplace is here for those of you who are looking to make impactful bots that actually others will use. We are excited to hear about your examples, the bots that you created, and you can easily go and choose a single bot, add a bit of information about it, and we will be notified. We will immediately get an email, we'll take a look at it, and if we believe this is something that actually should be published to the whole community, we will publish it in the next release of the application. Do send us your bots. Do basically, let us also know if you have any challenges building those. Our Discord has been super useful, super helpful. And thank you to all of you who have been on Alpha, basically in the Alpha group who have been on Discord. We are, excited to hear feedback and looking to hear more of it. So, go ahead, build your bots. Build your bots, send them to us, we'll publish them. Now comes the most important part, I guess. This is TradeLocker. This is the thing that you're all used to, except this thing, right? So this is the normal TradeLocker that you're all used to. What you're seeing here is I'm running, TradeLocker internal, or essentially I'm running a TradeLocker desktop application. But as Luca said, I already have the TradeLocker Studio enabled. For all of you who are excited about this, go and download TradeLocker Desktop, send us your account numbers, and we will, the account, the ID is from TradeLocker, and we will enable TradeLocker Studio for you, probably in a matter of hours after this. The important thing that now changes is that you can actually launch the bots panel. It's here, it works with just clicking a button B, and basically, again, launching a bot, similar to backtesting, launching a bot is as simple and as slick as basically launching a backtest. A single button. I say, for example, let's launch a just buy bot, a bot which is very eager to buy, but for demos this is important because I want you to see action immediately. I'm again choosing it for it to trade on 1 minute resolution, giving it some margin from my account, basically choosing the instrument and saying launch. As soon as the bot is launched, you will see some of the outputs of what the bot is doing. Here it's showing you a bit more than it actually does normally when you run it, but you'll see that this bot is actually starting to get live data from TradeLocker servers. It's starting to basically compute the indicators, and a few seconds later, if we skip here, you will see that actually once it receives a candle, once it's actually ready to make a trade, if the conditions are right, it will actually make a trade. The important thing is that in comparison to a lot of other platforms, the trades that the bot do here are, position opened by a bot. It bought 0.1 lot of Bitcoin. These positions are all interactable by me. I can easily go and say, I'm not really confident about this one. So which one is this? This is the last one here, right? I'm not too confident. Let me close this one. And, I don't need to worry what the bot will do. The bot is understanding, it's actually following what's happening with my positions, and it's adapting the strategy for that. And I can easily now go and again open another position, and that will also be incorporated by the bots that I'm running. Let me open another manual position. So just a second, order panel, let me sell something. And then the important thing is also this. If I'm for whichever reason I believe 2 strategies might be great, I can actually run multiple strategies on multiple different instruments. So let's run this one on Ethereum, for example, on different resolutions, and basically launch this bot as well. Now this one, because it's running on a 5 minute resolution, it might take a bit longer to actually start making trades. And this one is not a super eager to buy bot like this one, but actually something that's making more reasonable decisions. So I'm not convinced it's going to make trades while I'm showing this to you, but you can see that each of these bots are alive and kicking and ticking and actually, ideally making money for you while you're basically, enjoying life or just supervising what they do. You can supervise what they do relatively easily because you can actually see all the logs, all the outputs that they've done. And again, you are able to go and see here any kind of actions that are not resulting directly from your click will from now on be shown as a bot signal here. I'm cautious that I've been talking for some time. So basically do let me know if there's anything I should also cover, Luca or Owen. But basically, we're super excited about this. We want to make this as simple as possible, as straightforward as possible. And one thing I forgot to say is all of the logic, all of the bots, if you go and you code something that's amazing, all of the code remains only on your device. For now, the stopping all the bots that are trading is also as simple as literally closing the studio. If you close it, the bot stops. If I reopen it, the bot that was trading, you'll see now, this is the last thing I'm going to show you. In historic runs, you can see that there was a bot called Momentum Maestro, for example. And when I stopped my application, it just stopped. I can easily see in the logs what it was doing, or for example, launch it again. So as simple as possible to use, hopefully something that's super useful to you. The feedback that we got from the alpha testers was amazing, and we're really, really excited to be here. Okay, I'm stopping here now.
One more thing while you were presenting, just to make sure everybody who sent the account ID knows what to do next. So I repeat, if you send us your account ID in this chat, in Discord chat, we are going to send you access to TradeLocker Studio. So you need to send your TradeLocker account ID on which you want to get access to TradeLocker Studio. And what's going to happen next is you need to download the desktop app and you will have access to Studio. In the left sidebar, you will see those buttons. You can use it. You can play with it. Owen, do you have anything to add or can we go to the questions?
Yeah, no, I think let's go straight to the questions. And I think even really hot topic, because quite a few, is what language can you work from and translate into this? There's a couple of people asking, what can they do? So let's just talk about the language that they should be thinking in.
Yep. So this is Python. The bots need to end up in Python. Given that you can and you should, as much as possible, try abstracting the logic of what you want to achieve from a specific language to some kind of general, yes, sorry guys, I see that I'm sharing, so I'll stop sharing, to some more general instructions. But in a lot of cases, we've seen that actually, even if you paste some other language and say, hey, could you please convert this so that it works on TradeLocker Studio or it works with Backtrader and Python, it works. For the examples that you had problems and they didn't work, again, reach out to us either on Discord or other places and we'll help.
Okay. I see Johnny Depp, you asked, when will the maximum limit of messages with AI approved? So you're asking if there is a limit to how many messages you can send, things like that. So Ivo can explain.
So yes, there is a limit. We are still figuring out what's a reasonable limit to set so that it's not, overused by anyone. If you hit the limit, do let us know and we will modify accordingly. We haven't seen too many users hitting those. So, congrats on being one of the more active ones, but we will be adjusting the limits as we see, what's some kind of fair usage. In the future, we will also possibly allow you to adjust those on your own, but I guess we can talk about this later. Yeah.
Okay, Ivo, can you repeat? Is the code stored on your computer
Yes.
or on the server?
Yeah, on your computer. So basically, the code is executed on your computer, the code is stored on your computer. In the future, we will be allowing you possibly to, run on some kind of VPS or something, but at the moment it's all local, which means you make sure you plug in your laptop if you want it running for a few days.
All right, awesome. Jonathan, yep.
Sorry, Luca, there's one question there about custom indicators from Stan. I don't know if you're going to a particular order, but that might be quite interesting.
Yeah, I will get there. I just wanted to not to skip any. So Jonathan says he already tried translating the code from another language and it successfully changed it to Python. That's nice to hear. Then there's a question, Black Sheep, do you need a program for this or does it work with browser? TradeLocker Studio is for now only on desktop app and all the code is stored on your device. Then once you have made the code, can you then execute on TradeLocker? Yes, you can. For now, it's on demo only. In the future, it will be on live as well. Then what next? Probably will come now to the question you mentioned, Owen. Yeah, so something interesting Nak Rono asked. He says, I typed this in the wrong chat, but it sounds like a trial and error platform to help you find the most suitable strategy for yourself. That's what you can use it for as well. So you can write a strategy and then backtest it and see how well it would work and help yourself with trading that way as well. So when you send us the account ID of your TradeLocker account, you're going to get access forever. So it's not just for today. You're going to be able to continue testing. I saw that question as well. Brother man Ed, I still have PineScript and I want to integrate. Cool. Just ask the AI to translate. It should speed up the process to at least 80% faster or maybe 90% faster.
Also,
what is the length?
Earlier question, sorry, about can you run your local AI? Yes, you can. You can connect through Studio, or you can also use our other stuff, which is for algo trading, which is either the public API or the Python client. So basically, we're trying to offer as much possibility, but Studio is the easiest way to kickstart your trading journey or algo trading journey.
Yeah. Interesting question, Ivo. What is the length possible? The prompt. So what is the length of the prompt?
At the moment, I think it's 10,000 characters. If this, again, shows to be an issue for more than a few users, we can also modify this. We wanted to basically prevent you from accidentally pasting a ton of rubbish and then basically you using up the whole limits, etc. But we can also modify if this is causing you problems. Just reach out and we'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll go faster now because there are so many questions. Another question appeared recently. How will I know that TradeLocker Studio is enabled? I will repeat, when you send us your account ID, your TradeLocker account ID, in this chat, you will open your desktop app. If you don't have it, download it. The link is in the footer of our website, tradelocker.com. Go to the footer. So scroll down. There will be a link for the desktop app. Download it. When you install it, on the left sidebar, you will see the buttons for Marketplace and Studio.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys see any interesting questions, interesting one. Does TradeLocker Studio work with Windows or virtual desktops from Azure?
It does on Windows. It's sometimes causing us issues. So one thing to keep in mind is Windows antivirus software is super eager to flag anything as malware. We've seen I think 3 different people so far, but now it's also a lot of you here. So some of you might see, for example, AVG Antivirus is happy to say that this is, a possibly malware. It's not. We talk to them, but basically they're slow to modify their detections. So, it works on Windows. It should work perfectly. If you see this kind of error, or if you're having any problems, try disabling any kind of antivirus that you have, and things should work. And on Mac, we haven't seen any kind of issues like that. So it's all good.
Awesome. So there is an interesting question from Stanpoku. Can we create custom indicators too? I can answer just in a very simple way. For now, until we develop a simpler way to launch them, no, but there is a way. And if you want to, you can reach out to Ivo after this call if you're a developer, and there is a way.
Yep, exactly as Luca said. It's not as user-friendly as this is. So this is why we're not launching it yet, but you can do it. I believe in you.
All right. Then another question from JP4. If I run a bot on desktop app, will I be able to see trades from mobile app?
Yes.
That's actually a feature that exists for a long time already. So yeah, Munyun says being able to backtest an infinite amount of time in the past is huge. So what was the goal from Ivo and the developers and the team and all the developers or algo devs that were helping us is to make it as user-friendly as possible. And that's why backtesting is usually slow. It is not intuitive. It is difficult to interpret the data. So I think now it's becoming much easier to use it and backtest. When do I get one of these hats? Brother man Ed, I think you deserve a hat, man. You've been here for almost a year, I think. So I don't know. Let's see. Message Charisma, message Dominic, Gabriela. We'll get you one. We don't have many because we're not in business of merch. We had the merch shop for a very short time, but there's been too much hassle. We want to focus on building the best platform in the world. And just selling merch is just completely different business model. Yeah, so there is a question from AMTRBS or Z. Would all your prop firms allow using this? That depends on them. So prop firms decide, apart from whether you can use the bots and whether you can use the HFTs, they also decide which instruments you're going to trade, what are the swap fees, what are the commissions, spreads, and everything else. So it depends on your prop firm whether they will allow you to use the bots. You have access to it because you have TradeLocker, but then check the rules of your challenge so you don't fail it.
But as far as I'm aware, most allow it so far, or all of them, right? It might change.
There are a couple. Most don't allow. Most pro firms don't allow HFTs, but there are more and more that allow it. So there is another question from UKB. How does the AI deal with and MT5 translation? I'm trying to read. If using their indicator libraries, i.e. RSI. I can answer in a simple way, but maybe it's more important to have the technical one.
The Trader that we're built on, or the Python library that we're using, does have indicators built in. So you can already, RSI is an indicator that you need to code from scratch. You can just start using. In terms of any kind of conversion, that's something that might not work, perfectly on the first try, but AI is going to be instrumental in helping you, do it quickly and do it quite well. So yeah, basically go ahead and try. But RSI, for example, the specific indicator that you mentioned, we already obviously support out of the box.
All right, Jonathan365 asks, are the bots free or is there any cost associated with the store? All the bots are free for now. They're all open source as well, if you want them to be. So you can keep them privately on your device, in your local storage, or you can request us to publish your bot in the marketplace. In that case, anybody else will be able to use the source code, develop it further. What is going to happen in Q1 2025? The TradeLocker Studio will have a marketplace where you'll be able to not only develop your own bot, but also sell it or buy the existing bots. So that's what's going to happen in Q1 2025. So you're going to see on our roadmap, there are changes. There is a feature that we either develop faster or postpone it for the next quarter or indefinitely. And that is exactly why we are able to do or build full products like TradeLocker Studio. We cannot and don't want to guarantee that some feature will be done exactly on that date. That is impossible. If you're a developer, you already know that once you start developing a product or a feature, you don't know, or before you start, you don't know which problems will occur. Once you start, you get more clarity and you're able to predict better when the feature will be done. But the roadmap is not there to give you the exact date, but to give you an estimate.
One other important thing. So I heard somebody asking, this is only on demo. Yes, at the moment it's only on demo. We will be allowing you to also use this on live, in due time. In the meantime, we want to just ensure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. So let us know if there are any issues, we'll fix them, and then it's also coming to live very soon.
Guys.
The other question or basically the other thing that's important to emphasize is that for all of you who are also building using our API or our Python client and basically building serious applications on top of TradeLocker and TradeLocker, APIs like basically many things, risk calculators, etc. Make sure you sign up for the link I'm going to share now, the developer program, so that you're also kept in the loop of the latest and the coolest and the new stuff that's happening, so that we can also reach out to you if we need to, and basically so that we keep an eye on you whenever we can. So basically sign up there as well.
All right, Johnny Depp says, which makes me smile, you guys are already the best platform in the world. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. The whole team, trust me, every time you say the whole team makes their day. So thank you for saying it. When will it be? So Chris Robb asks, when will the TradeLocker Studio be accessible for live accounts?
I can't give an exact answer there, but it's also probably happening either towards the end of this year or early Q1. We're essentially, there is nothing really stopping us from making it available today, but we just want to make sure that none of you come and say, hey, I misunderstood what or how to use a bot, and this is why, I don't know, something happened, right? We want to make sure that everything is absolutely polished, and then we'll literally flip a switch and it's going to be available. So, it's not that we cannot do it, we just don't want to let you do it yet. It's coming soon.
Awesome. TK Profit asks, who names the price for the bots in the marketplace? Once the marketplace will be full-blown marketplace where you can buy and sell the bots, if you're the owner of the bot, you will be able to decide which price you would like to assign to the bot. But more information about that in Q1 2025, you will know everything on time. And if you're in Discord, you'll be able to suggest which option works best for you. And Demaziah asks, can I bring my code from other platforms and use in TradeLocker? Yes, you can. You can either chat with AI to develop a completely new bot, or if you have a code already, if you're the owner of the code, you can paste it in the chat window, ask AI to translate it, and it'll do it for you. Shockwave, thank you for everything, man. Thank you for everything you've done for your support. You're asking, would be nice to get more updates on the roadmap where you are at. Now people wait for a full quarter to get disappointed. Shockwave, if you want, send me which feature exactly were you expecting to have released sooner, and we'll check that for you. Now, if there is a feature like copy trading, I know a lot of you want copy trading. So far, we did not focus on it because there were so many pieces that we think are more important. We might change the focus. We don't know yet, but the copy trading feature, I suppose that's what you are referring to, was supposed to be released. I think we moved it from Q4, so this quarter, to the next year, but that might change. We have a couple of tools on our platform that have developed their copy trader, they have integrated TradeLocker, and a couple of upgrades will allow them to have a great experience integrating with TradeLocker and allowing copy trading through their tools. But TradeLocker's copy trading tool will have to wait a little bit longer. But let me know which feature you were referring to. And a good question for you, Ivo, and I can give you a simpler answer, but TK Profit says, I love you guys. If we use your system to create a bot, do we still own the rights to the bot?
Yes, I think the answer here is a very short yes.
Just in short, yes, you do. And if you keep it on your local storage, so if you don't request to publish it, it stays on your desktop device. And by the way, when it comes to the roadmap, just to let you know, the update of the roadmap is coming soon. So stay tuned. We will announce it on our email. We will also post it in the Discord, on the social media. There will be an updated roadmap published soon. So about the account IDs that you posted in the chat, you will see an emoji from our team. That means we've noted your account ID. And if you don't see an emoji under your account ID message in this chat, then just write it again or tag someone from our team, and we will make sure that we got it this time. All right. I don't know if this is an interesting question or if there is an answer to this one, but Zakayan asks, based on which technical strategies bots are programmed?
That's all up to you, right? We're not in the business, and what I tell to sometimes to people who offer bots to TradeLocker, we are here to make this absolutely the best place in the world to build bots. We're not trying to push either of the strategies, nor do we trying to sell you a claim that any bot that we do or anyone on the marketplace does actually is the most profitable in the world. It's all up to you, and basically we want to make sure that whatever you come up with, you can actually build on TradeLocker.
Yeah, and an important thing to mention here is we are here to create the best platform and to make TradeLocker the best customer-centric place online for traders. And that includes developing bots. Whatever strategy you develop, we want you to use TradeLocker, to use the bot that you've developed and to sell it, to build your business on it, whatever you think makes sense for you. We're not here to suggest any strategy or give you the reason why something is better or worse. And you've seen in the chat, you've probably seen the answers from AI. The AI is asking you, which strategy do you want? It suggests you a few strategies that you can use, or you can just give you the third one that you come up with and just chat to it like any other AI or any other person that knows about trading. Jod L asks, in case I want to sell my bot, will you be an intermediate for monthly subscriptions? So far on TradeLocker, everything was free for the traders. We basically, how TradeLocker earns money, because it's a business, is we integrate with prop firms and TradeLockers, and they pay for TradeLocker. In the future, we don't know yet what will happen, whether there'll be a pro membership with some cooler features, whether the studio will have some kind of premium feature. We don't know yet. We just appreciate that you guys are helping us develop it. We keep this in mind and we'll continue to do so. If there will be some premium feature, it will be there for a reason, so that, again, to make your experience much better. All right, the One Phoenix asks, any news on being able to use multiple screens to be able to have multiple charts and time frames? Yes, that's coming very soon. Someone asked when are the alerts coming? The alerts are basically done. We're going to announce them very soon. So if you're on this live stream, just so you know, the alerts are basically there. So it's just a matter of days when we launch them. 3XD A Plug asks, bruh, will there be a replay of this? I had a meeting. Yes, you can check YouTube and it will be published there, so you can rewatch everything. AMTRBZ, if you are really happy with the bot and I want to gift you guys a token of appreciation, do you guys take gifts? Bitcoin and contribution to TradeLocker R&D fund, etc. Thank you for saying it, because that, of course, the R&D takes a lot of resources, takes time, takes a lot of great minds coming together. And thank you for saying it. We don't take donations, but once we will have either premium membership or premium of studio, you're welcome to support it by paying subscription. What he was trying to say, he will send you his crypto wallet.
YouTube channel.
Let's see if there is any other question. Fearless. When will you fix iOS notifications? If something is not working for you on iOS, please check what version of your iOS software you have installed on your phone. If it's still not working, reach out to our tech team, our support team. They will check it for you. But probably it's because you either don't have the correct version or you need to reinstall the app for one reason or another. And then Shockwave says it was more meant in general, not to wait for update the roadmap till a quarter is done and then push it back. Just update, give more updates to it. Maybe to add on top what is coming for the current month. Thank you for your words. Thank you for the work you guys do. The future is bright. In the beginning, and as you might have noticed, a lot of tools don't even have a roadmap. And that's because we don't want to disappoint you guys, because whatever we post, it's just a guess. And then we know it's going to change. Now it's just a matter of whether it will change by a little or by a lot. But thank you, Shockwave. We'll see what we can do about it. There are some amazing new features coming, and we would love to have another AMA surrounded by that. It will be called TradeLocker Hub. If you want to know what is TradeLocker Hub, just write Hub just for me to see how many people are interested. I won't talk about what it is, but I think it'll be one of the best things for traders that you can find online in general. Okay, probably a lot of people are wondering, Theodore asks, did you build an AI model on your own or are you using an existing one? Is it trained to focus on the trading plus coding combo? Basically, how do you test if it provides valid info?
So I can probably answer this. So we use obviously state-of-the-art models that are out there, and then we carefully craft them and modify them to actually work specifically for what's needed for the TradeLocker platform and Studio in general. So it's a combination of, not reinventing the wheel and ensuring that the wheel actually spins very well with where, we want it to be and where we need it.
All right. Crash asked, can we program our own alerts? Yes, you will be able to do that right now. Is it possible right now?
Yes, you can actually. I'm not going to into detail, but one way to program alerts would just be to use the REST API or the Python client. But then the other is actually using Studio. At the moment, you are able to use the data and the sources coming into Studio to actually trigger, for example, other REST calls, which is essentially the alert that you want to. So you could code that, I don't know, a Discord message gets sent whenever your bot is about to do something, or your bot to not actually execute a trade, but just send a message to Discord or Telegram or wherever you want it to. Yep.
An awesome question. Paxman asked, when are you going to stop using the TV TradingView interface and replace it with your own? So the real answer is once we started TradeLocker, or when we started TradeLocker, our community loved TradingView. So we decided to use TradingView, and we decided to only use the frame of TradingView so we can develop innovative features on top of it. So you can see that a lot of features that are on TradeLocker were not on TradingView. Maybe some of them are now, but in the past they were not, because we were able to build them on top of TradingView. So to repeat, TradingView is just the frame there, it's just the charts, everything that shows up on the charts, the candles, the prices, the spreads, the fees, the commissions, comes from the liquidity provider, and the frame in which you can see the candles is from TradingView, but we're very flexible to use it the way we want and develop our cool features on top of it. So if you want us to build something more specific, how to make maybe level up the charts, and you have an idea, just let us know. Maybe we'll have a couple of versions of charts so you can choose. But so far, we like to keep it simple. Unless you guys ask us to, we'll keep TradingView. All right, Priest 420X asks, how do I get the desktop version? So Gabriela, if you can paste the links again in the chat, that would be amazing. In general, you can just go to our website and go to the bottom, go to the footer of the website, and you will find them there.
Just essentially go to tradelocker.com/desktop and download. For those of you who have been with us from alpha, you had to install a special alpha build of the application. Now desktop will work. For those of you who used alpha, the bots that you had in alpha will not magically copy into the desktop application. Do let me know on Discord if you need help. It's a relatively easy copy and paste of a few files if you want to import them immediately, and that's it.
Yep. All right. I think we've went through almost all the comments. If you guys have any other questions, post them below. We're gonna slowly end the live. In the meantime, if you have any, send them. We'll answer 1, 2, 3 more. Stefan Carcelo asks, a liquidity heat map integrated. So are you referring to an indicator that shows you the volumes or something like that? If so, that's already, I think, a part of TradingView indicators, but let us know. Then will TradeLocker, GT asks, will TradeLocker add indicators like SMC, etc.? Yes. The answer is yes.
Or basically. One other thing also to mention is if you are excited with all of this and if you're using Studio, do join the channel called Studio API Developers. And basically, you'll get support from other users as well there. We do our best to answer as quickly as possible and basically, join and be part of the community there.
All right, just a question. Ivo, is Studio API Developers for developers or anybody?
As soon as you're using Studio, you're a developer. But essentially, yes, go ahead and ask questions there. That's great.
All right. So here's the invite also to that channel. I posted the link. Gabriela, could you please paste the YouTube channel so that people can find it easier and subscribe. And Johnny Depp, no other question. I just want to say sorry if I keep testing you guys too much. I know everybody texts at the same time, can be too busy to check all, but thanks for all the help you gave already when I needed. Just to know that, please. Thank you very much. It means a lot. And the guys on this call, Gabriela, Dominic, and Ant, I'm sure they will see the message and we will let them know. So the YouTube channel where you will find the recording is now in the chat. You can go there, subscribe. You'll find a bunch of interesting videos there from our community members who trade on TradeLocker, and you will be able to find also how-to videos in case you're wondering how to use certain features. You can find it there. So just as to end this live stream, how does TradeLocker look like in the next, for example, 6 months? In next 6 months, what you can expect is you will have a studio with a full-blown marketplace where you can translate your existing bot by using AI or develop something completely imagined from your mind, turn it into a bot, backtest it, and trade on TradeLocker. After that, you can post it on Marketplace, sell it, earn money, build your own community that knows you as the bot developer on Studio. You can earn money from it. You can sell the bots or you can buy the bots and test other bots. You'll be also in the near future be able to run the bots from your browser directly. So at the moment, it's all on desktop. In the future, it'll be on browser. Why is this important? Because if you close your browser, whatever happens, you'll be able to just continue trading like nothing happened, and the bot will just continue running. Ivo, stop me if I'm saying anything that doesn't make sense, because you're the visionary.
I'm joking.
Yeah, so that's when it comes to Studio. I won't comment the platform, but what's coming next is also something that will make TradeLocker one of the best, if not the best, places online for traders. It's going to be an ecosystem. We want all of you to be able to find something amazing. Doesn't matter in which part of your trading journey you are. Traders to learn how to trade and discover what's possible. Traders who are profitable to be able to find traders who are learning how to trade and offer them help. Traders who already are experienced to launch their communities and present their communities to others. Traders who want to start a prop firm or a broker to find the resources how to do it. Companies that are offering prop firm challenges or brokerage services are going to be able to present themselves as well to you as traders. Tech companies will be able to offer their white label services to traders. And if you are already very successful, if you already have a community successful businesses, you'll be able to find partners there as well. That's the vision. That's the ecosystem that we are building here. And the next AMA will be about it. And we're slowly finishing, guys. Glenn Taylor says, I'm doing something in Austin, Texas called Smart Money Expo. How can I get TradeLocker to partner? Well, if you want, send us more information on maybe Instagram DM or my Instagram DM or somewhere else where our team can find that, or here in the chat. We'll take a look at it and then we'll see what it is about. Chanel says, I agree, this is an amazing platform and the TradeLocker team is doing an outstanding job hearing us as traders and continually making the platform better. Thank you very much, Chanel.
Thank you.
I know I forgot to say something because it was top of my mind this whole live, but it's not the last one. If you have the topics that you would like us to present on the next AMA, please write in the chat. We'll leave it for another 1, 2, 3 minutes just to get the idea of what you would like to hear. And after that, we can finish the live.
And also thanks for being an awesome community. I have to say, you're really the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for helping us to develop TradeLocker. Thank you for helping us develop TradeLocker Studio. It makes things much easier, much more enjoyable. And please continue helping us. We want to build something amazing for everybody. And if you have ideas of what we can talk about next time, post it here or post it somewhere in Discord. We will find it and we'll hold the next AMA on that topic. All right. Thanks everyone one more time for joining. Thank you all for presenting amazing TradeLocker Studio. And that's it.
Cheers, guys.